Hello everyone, my name's Sam. I've been traveling in the Philippines and living for a few months now, and today I'm going to be exploring the process of extending my visa for the second time. I'm going to be going to my local Bureau of Immigration in Makati. I live near Greenbelt, so if you join me, I'm going to be exploring the area, seeing what the process is like, how long it takes, and whether it's easy or whether there's any pitfalls to watch out for. If you are looking for a step-by-step process on visa extension, then skip to this part in the video where I've already done it, and I'll tell you some of the things I experienced and some do's and don'ts. This is part of the Life with Sam and Mal vlog series, where we do some really interesting things and discuss international relationships. But that's enough of that, let's go. So I'm just heading out today on a journey to extend my visa. This is the first time I'm doing it in person, so I thought I'd take a video for everyone who's coming over here as a tourist who wants to essentially know what options are available to you and what's best to do. Now I'm dressed up a little bit fancy today because I read online that there's a dress code if you're going to go visit one of the bureaus. They won't let you in necessarily if you're wearing flip-flops. In England we call it flip-flops. If you're Australian, that's thongs. I'm going to the satellite one in Makati, which is in Ayala malls. There is one in BGC, or you can visit the main one in Intramuros. I have done a bit of research and it says on there that the footfall on the one in Intramuros is quite extensive, i.e. it's quite busy, so you could be there for a while. Whereas what I've read and seen from other videos is that the one in Makati is a lot more simple. So I'm on Ayala Street, which is the main street in Makati. So one of the old runways, essentially, when there used to be a airport in the middle of Manila, Metro Manila. The Americans built it for World War II. So we've got 2.2 kilometers to go, about 35 minutes of walking from where I am currently living with Mal in Makati. The journey I'm taking is to walk out of Ayala Avenue and towards the Riverside, past the South Manila Cemetery. I'm not saying it's the only way you can go, but it's the way I saw was the quickest on foot via Google Maps. Still in Makati after another 10 minutes of walking. Please.
Hi, sir.
Hello. They've changed. People are still just as friendly, but the building's sort of changed slightly. Is this an army base? No, that's a cemetery. It runs all the way along there, in a giant square. It's huge. And directly opposite is these they're not quite slums. It's not quite that. It's more like a sort of a lower income part of Makati. I imagine that's where a lot of people live who work in the high rise, but can't afford the Makati prices. A lot of people move in from province regions to work in Makati, but can't afford the rent. So they live in places like this. This whole area is sort of between skyscrapers. Makati's a really interesting place because it's amazing how quickly you can go from Ayala Street, which is the high-rise, to somewhere like this where it's all sort of low buildings and trees all of a sudden and power lines overhead. That's the thing about Metro Manila is it's not really, you can't really put it in a box. You think it's one thing and then suddenly it switches up on you. Let's try and cross this road. Yeah, we can go to the local station. And then always, once you've gone through any area that's built up like that, you always find either an Ayala, an SM mall. So on Google it says level 5, but on here I think it's level 4. That is the case here in the Philippines, and sometimes things don't get updated as quickly as you'd like, so sometimes if you want to know if business is open, you just got to phone them or just find out. I wasn't allowed to film inside the office, and so I'll see you outside. So that's it. I'm out of the office now. What I will say is, first thing, you don't have to get dressed the way I'm dressed. And to be fair, walking here from where I was in Makati, I'm sure there's other ways you can do it. I felt like I was pretty overdressed for the area I was walking through. So just wear jeans and a t-shirt, you'll be fine in there. No one was dressed with chinos and shoes like I was, so you'll be fine. Second thing, it is on the 4th level, not the 5th level. So on your form, it will say validity date. That is a different thing to the word of what you would think it means in the UK. In the UK, you would think that would mean date from or to, or there would be a from and to. There's only one box. So the validity date on the specific box I was looking at actually meant from. So, you know, if you get confused on the form, just go in and ask them, is this from or to? And they'll be able to help you out. Went up to the desk, explained what was. He checked my previous visa, so do bring your previous visa extensions because they will ask to see it. They're going to ask you why you're there. So, you know, if you're on a tourist visa, that answer is going to be to either explore, visit family, visit friends, or even a girlfriend. It's not to work. That's not what you say. And then you'll have to go over to the registration card where they take all your fingerprints from both hands. And they'll ask you to sit down for a few minutes while they figure that out. Then after that, after about 20 minutes, they'll call you up and you'll pay. For me, it was 9,200. That's also I went through the express lane. Otherwise, I would have had to have left my passport, and I wanted it back the same day. But I still have to go back to collect my ACI card in 10 days. So, you know, that's something. Just be aware that if you're doing this after the 59-day period, you're gonna have to still go back anyway. So if you go for the non-express version, you have to go back once to get your passport again, and you have to go back twice to go and get your ACI card. So is it really worth the saving? I would probably say not, just do the express lane. So I'm gonna go get some food now and get ready for the walk back. And just like that, I'm back. So for you guys who skipped ahead, I'm just interested in the visa journey and what actually has to be done. Welcome. So first, when you come into the country, you're going to be auto-issued a visa if you're from those 155 countries that are eligible for it. One thing you do need to be wary of is that you need an onwards ticket. Okay, so especially it probably will be asked more when you're at the airport that you're leaving. So for me, it was at the desk in the UK. But you don't want to arrive at the Philippines, be asked for your onward ticket and not to be able to provide one. So don't get caught out with that and buy just a one-way ticket. Doesn't necessarily have to be returned to your home country. Just make sure you can prove that you have the intention at least to be going on. Then after that, you're going to be offered a visa waiver extension. So after your initial 30 days, you're going to be offered another 29. That's not free. It can be done in person, or you can be done like I did it, online. I know that in the past that service hasn't been available. You've had to go to a physical place, but I did it online. You'll get a receipt. It cost me 2,030 pesos at the price that I paid to do that extension. And then after that, so when you're at 59 days, if you're going to go past the 59 days, you now need to become a registered person within the country. So you'll need to go get that ACR card, the Alien Certificate of Registration. And if you watch the video, you will have seen that you get your fingerprints taken there and you're going to get issued a card. I haven't got mine yet because it can take, according to a lot of online sources, between 2 weeks and a month or so to get that card, and they don't notify you. So that's another pitfall. Don't wait for an email. There's not going to be one coming to tell you that it's ready for collection. You're just going to have to go back and check. So I'm going at some point this week to go and do that. Now, the extension cost for me is 9,298 pesos at today's prices. You'll get a big receipt like this. Don't be alarmed if there's a lot of stuff that seems to be arbitrary on there. Like you'll have a head tax, a visa sticker fee. There's a whole bunch of fees. You can't do anything about them. They are what they are. So you've just got to decide whether you want to go down that express route, where you have to pay to get your passport back the same day, or if you're not going to go through the express route and surrender your passport for potentially a few days. That's going to make the difference between whether you spend the 9,000 like I did, or maybe the 6,000 alone. So that's up for you to make that decision. My personal recommendation was to get your passport back, because your passport is an incredibly important document. You're going to need it for, well, any really official capacity. So I chose to go down that route. The good news is, once you've got your ATR card, as I understand it, it's valid for a whole year, which means your next extensions you don't have to pay for that card fee. So it's going to go back to the 2,900, 3,900 sort of price in pesos, but you can do that for an extra 2 months now each time. So it's cheaper going forward. I am also eligible for a 6-month visa, but I would have to go to the main office in Intramuros, and it's going to be a lot more in depth in terms of conversations. I was going to discuss the do's and the don'ts, or some of the tips. From what I understand from doing some online research, although it's not explicit as far as I can see on the Bureau website itself, is when you leave the country after you've extended your visa, after a few days it will revert back to the standard tourist entry visa. So that is to say that if you're on a 6-month visa or a 2-month visa, it seems that it will revoke back to that 30 days. So you'll lose a whole month's worth of your visa, which doesn't make a lot of sense if you're going to try and be frugal about your visa costs. So bear that in mind when you're going for the extension. Do you want to do an extension now, or do you want to leave the country, go on holiday, visit Thailand, Vietnam, any of the neighboring countries, and get a tourist visa upon re-entry, but you will be starting from point 1 again. Other things, tips, I found out once I got there, you don't have to wear suit trousers, or I suppose Americans might call them dress pants, or chinos like I did. Jeans and a t-shirt is totally fine. And for women, just don't have short shorts or short skirts, and don't have a tank top. Just, it's not necessarily business casual. The other thing you need to know is documentation wise. You will need to fill out one of these, Consolidated General Application Form. You'll have to fill that out. Other documents worth bringing, you need your passport. Do not go without your passport. I brought with me some printouts of my bank statements. Probably not necessary for the one I was doing, but if I was going for 6 months, that would certainly be necessary. And also I brought scans of my passport, and also some headshot pictures for the passport. I understand that it was probably a bit overkill, but the things you definitely need to bring is your passport, scans of your passport just in case you need some sort of proof whilst they have it held, and the filled out form. Otherwise you will be sitting there filling it out yourself. Okay, cool. I hope you guys have found that useful, and the video of walking to the area, I hope you found that interesting, showing how the area I am at with Ayala Avenue, how sort of high-rise and posh it is, and how you've got that difference as it changes next to the cemetery. If you like this sort of informative video, let me know. I might start a separate sort of series for that, so people can look for the information videos compared to the travel and fun videos. The next video I'm going to put out will be one with Mal. So even though this is all on the same Life with Mal channel, we're going to do some more fun videos about Filipino, English rather, cultural differences. So check it out. Cheers. See you later.